Okay, so today I'm going to give an introduction on talking about the Aeneid, lines 1 through 7. And just the question here is trying to answer, what the general sense of the passage is in terms of what idea do we get about our hero Aeneas. I think it's quite clear from the start that Aeneas is a guy who is seen as a warrior. Right here we see his name. He's being referred to as a man, but he's also associated with the arms and the weapons and the war. So you see that he's clearly some kind of warrior. And then to further that, you see over here Troy. It's clear that as the Trojans were many warriors, and so is he. He comes from Troy in that Trojan War. So I mean, it's clear that this is a continuation of a war story, and he's a warrior. The next sense that we get in line 2 revolves more around how he got to where he was. So you see, having been exiled by fate. So I don't think that fate itself actually exiled him, but I think there's some kind of intervening higher power that it brought him there, and it puts him in this place in which he is here in Italy, one of the first of his kind to make it, and he has a clear purpose, and we learn a little more about that later on, but I'll mention that in a minute. Next, we get to the third line, and you can see that he's been tossed around a lot, you know, the sea, the earth, and very much. So it's clear that he has clearly been through a lot, and he's been on many trials and tribulations and journeys, and clearly that he's just not. There was no intention, there was no purpose to where he actually landed, other than the fate we see here and the violence that he endured and the throwing about the sea kind of thing. In line 5, we get to learn a little more about how his history, as we see, he endured a lot during the war, and that might give us a sense of who he is. Is he we know he's a warrior, but is he tired, or is he energized? And I think the sense we get here from Virgil is that he's been through a lot, and you can't expect him to be at the top of his game all the time. With that said, you get, as I mentioned earlier, you get a little bit more of the purpose down here, in that he wants to bring about the Latin people, the new race, to Italy. And that traces back to even the other line here. I didn't highlight it, but he wants to establish a city. He wants to build something. So you could look at him, I think, in some ways as both a warrior and a patriarch, in that he is this powerful creator that and it seems that you get the sense that some higher powers put him there to do that. And I think it'll be interesting as we go forward to see where he ends up and what he does.